Hey guys, this is Callan LF for my final video in this sort of series of me discussing the problems with Bionicle. I don't know, I just thought I'd do a last minute resolution and give you a image of Callan being murdered since I kind of attacked these sets and uh, ruined them. No, I didn't ruin them. People love them. Uh, People are still buying them and Lego's going to make tons of money, and then Lego is going to continue making inferior sets because people don't care anymore, and that makes me sad. Okay, that's a little harsh, but that's kind of how I'm feeling because they ah let me put it in perspective. I don't hate the new sets, of course. I really don't like the new skeletons. They look terrible, but the new Toa are okay, and it's the story that I really have a problem with, and that's what I'm actually, that because Bionicle has had plenty of bad sets. As much as I may have sounded like a super elitist Bionicle Gen 1er, plenty of old Bionicle sets have looked like garbage, but they always had at least somewhat of a story to keep it going, even when the sets weren't very good. And this new Bionicle doesn't have that at all. It feels like Lego is just if I had to theorize, this is pretty much why I want to make this video. My theorizing, and yeah, this is kind of mean, and it might not be totally true, but it put in the most superficial way possible. If I were to judge Lego and say they were doing this for entirely superficial reasons, I would say they thought, hey, we are doing amazing, but we could still be doing better because we love money. Who doesn't love money? Or what big corporation doesn't love money? So, Hero Factory's dropping. Let's try something else. We dropped Bionicle a few years ago because people were getting bored of it, and we didn't want to ruin it forever or whatever. I mean, a lot you got TTV theorizing that they canceled it while it was still popular so they could bring it back in the future. I'm not sure how much that is true, uh, but it's a distinct possibility that they did want to cancel it before everyone was like, "Oh, Bionicle, that's still going." But that theory makes sense if they actually cared. But everything from this wave of Bionicle suggests that they don't really care about what Bionicle is in essence. They care about taking Bionicle and making it fit to the Lego way now. Because when Bionicle was first started, they were trying whatever they could because they weren't doing so well, and Bionicle kind of helped them out of the mud a little bit. Um, and so they were not afraid to try something sort of different, even if it was limited to just being a extension of technique at first. But that's the risk they took. They made it. It was weird. It was mystical. It wasn't just your average minifigs gotta do a basic mission or minifigs gotta find rocks underground or rock monsters or whatever. They actually had a story, even if it was simple, and that is especially evident in the Montanui Online game, which was amazing. And a lot of people keep saying now that, oh, you guys, Bionicle wasn't that extended when they first started. They had the Montanui Online game. And the Toa were barely in it. The Toa were barely in the Montanui Online game. And it was fantastic. It was all about, it really established the world. And that because they were trying to do something different and people loved it, and that's what they kept on doing. And then when it did get stale, because Greg had to keep it going, and then he decided to make it keep going in the wrong direction with the stupid Baron stuff, that's when everyone dropped it. They dropped the ball. The movie was terrible, and then they canceled it. Point is, now that it's back, it's like Lego doesn't need to try and make this something that will be super duper popular, or they don't have to make it like it was before, because they're not going to go under if Bionicle completely fails. If Bionicle fails again, it'll probably just die forever this time. And it's not going to fail because they were incredibly clever in bringing back the right nostalgic images, but also making it appeal to their kiddie franchise of just, oh, heroes on an adventure. That's how I would describe so many Lego themes. Just heroes on an adventure, nothing more. And so that's what they're doing with this new Bionicle now. Uh, Hero's got to save Akimu or whatever, and it's not anything more than that, and that's kind of disappointing because it's really just it's stripping Bionicle to the bareness of what it was in terms of story, and it makes me kind of sad, especially when you look at how much they I mean, some of them they did kind of, I don't really like Pohatu's mask, but they tried to replicate the masks and stuff. They couldn't put any of that effort into the story at all. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it because they just want to make it like Lego now, but I really wish they were better than that in terms of appealing to the old audience. They're it's like they know that a lot of people are just going to buy the sets for this nostalgia, and even if they hate the story, and that kind of galls me, especially because they're right. Look at this. I bought them. I bought some of them twice because they were cheap on discount. Oh man. So I feel like Lego's smarter than me and they make me look like an idiot. And which I am. I'm not afraid to admit that. But I really do, if there's anything I hope, it's that eventually it'll get so stale that the old fans will drop it and the new fans will forget it and Bionicle Gen 2 will die. Either that or they actually try in the future and they realize, oh crap, this was super duper simple. Let's fix this and maybe it gets better. It's hard because I do not like a lot of the stuff they've set up. It I honestly feel like if I were to make a comparison, it would feel them recovering Bionicle would be equivalent to Fox making Fantastic Four 2, the new one, I mean, making that amazing because they have such a bad starting point. Just like the first Fantastic Four movie that just came out recently. Even though I can't judge by eyewitness because I didn't see it, but I get the picture. It's pretty terrible. So that's the way I see it. If it's like if Lego made Fantastic Four, Lego made the next wave of Bionicle and it was amazing against all odds. This first movie still exists and it was awful. Just like, I mean, the first wave still exists and it was not as good. Just like the first Fantastic Four movie will exist, and there probably actually won't be a sequel to Fantastic Four. Wow, I'm gonna really date this video. Wait, it's already dated. I'm talking about these stupid toys. Whatever. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. It's just my final thoughts. If you disagree, whatever, dislike the video. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. Just do it.